Welcome back. Act 3, Chapter 32, Ruth. The Bonneville is illegally parked by the curb in front of the side exit of Pisa Piazza. My set of keys are in my hand. Our car is unlocked. The wheels are pointed towards the exit. Get in, I command Catherine. The crowd of shaken diners is gathered outside at the other end of the restaurant. Everyone who was in Pisa Piazza fled in that direction because it meant running away from the kitchen fire. That's what I counted on when I said it, using a candle and a vat of cooking grease. She said it. Catherine is moving too slowly. She's dead weight. I'm her polar opposite. Electricity sparks through me, filling my limbs with an uncommon strength. I propel her to our car as sirens scream in the distance. The emergency dispatchers will send fire trucks and ambulance as well as police. It's impossible to tell which responder will arrive first. Surely by now, James has melted toward the edge of the crowd and is detaching himself as he prepares his own escape. The last thing he wants to be here. The last thing he wants is to be here. The precise spot where he was arrested almost 25 years ago. When the cops show up, even if he is wearing a big wig and glasses as an disguise. James can't see us through all the chaos, I tell myself, even as my panic soars to a level of near hysteria. Put your seatbelt on, I bark at Catherine. Then I dart around the hood, sliding behind the wheel a few seconds later. I yank the dish towel off my face and peel out of the parking lot, the rear of the car fishtailing as I stomp on the gas pedal. As we speed toward the highway, my eyes flick between the road in front of me and the one behind me. I don't know what kind of vehicle James is driving, but it's a safe bet he stole it, which means he could be in any of the cars or vans behind me, including the truck with a roofing company logo on the side. I tap my brakes as another police car comes shrieking down the road in the opposite direction. The moment it passes, I accelerate. It should be almost impossible for James to be tracking us right now, I tell myself. The parking lot was on the other side of the building, and the crowd would have blocked anyone from making a quick escape. But James found our daughter the day after being released from prison. He must have lured her to the pizza place and got her here just in time, and I got here just in time to interrupt whatever he'd planned for her. James seems almost superhuman. A chill runs through me and I grip the wheel more tightly. Seeing James again completely unnerved me, even though he had no idea I was watching him from the Bonneville as he entered the restaurant. At first, I didn't know it was him. His disguise worked. Then something about the way he carried himself clicked. During his time in jail, James shed his civilized veneer like a creature crawling out of his exoskeleton. Now, his surface matches his insides. He presents as a powerful, dangerous man, from his overdeveloped muscles to the way he picked up the serrated knife at his place setting and repeatedly ran his finger over the jagged edge as I watched from a side window. As I approached a stoplight, it turns yellow. I press the gas pedal almost to the floor and run through the intersection a few seconds after the light flips to red. I'm another 5 miles down the road before I briefly pull my eyes away from the road to look at Catherine. She's curled up in her seat, her eyes vacant, still coughing occasionally. I pressed the button to unroll her window a few inches, hoping clean air would cleanse the lingering smoke out of her lungs. What is happening? Her voice sounded small and shaky. Listen to me. I need to know why you went to that restaurant. Who told you to go there? What? She doesn't seem to be processing my question. I want to shake her. We don't have time for her to be in shock right now. I need to know everything James knows fast. There was a man sitting alone at a table near you. Were you supposed to meet him? How did he contact you? Catherine slowly shakes her head. She appears vague and unfocused, like someone who has had too much to drink or is on the verge of passing out. Answer me! Catherine flinches as the words roar out at me. Wait a minute. Catherine flinches as the words roar out of me. They land on her like a slap. She sits up straighter, like she's coming back into her body. Answer you. Then my daughter says in a voice so cold it's almost unrecognizable, I don't even know who you are. I don't react. I don't have the luxury. I keep checking the road behind me as I choose my words carefully. Right now, the only thing we're going to talk about is how to keep you safe. It's like she doesn't hear me. Did you set that fire? How did you even find me? Have you been tracking me? Damn it! I bang the heel of my hand against the steering wheel so hard it hurts. You're in danger, Catherine. We both are now. Her blue eyes grow so huge, they overpower the rest of her features. Did James glimpse them? Did he recognize the piece of himself that Catherine carries? I hear Catherine taking in measured breath. She's trying to calm herself. I do the same. What man are you talking about? She finally asks. The guy with the long black hair. You must have gone there to meet him. How did he contact you? In my peripheral vision, I see her shake her head. He didn't. A dark sedan comes roaring up behind me. I'm going almost 80 miles an hour, so it's flying. I press the gas down harder and feel our old car shake with effort. The sedan is practically on my bumper now. There's nowhere for us to go on this 4-lane highway. A concrete median separates us from the 2 lanes going in the other direction, and there aren't any exits within sight. Duck down! I yell at Catherine. Then I swerve into the right lane and slam on the brakes. My body flies forward before being snapped back by the rigid seatbelt. I gasp as some of the air is knocked out of me. I keep my eyes fixed on the sedan, waiting for it to brake and reverse towards us. But it doesn't. It keeps racing ahead and disappears over the next hill as I stare at it. A blaring horn jerks me back to reality. A truck is coming up behind us, and I'm at a dead stop on a busy road. I press down on the gas and begin moving forward just in time to avoid a collision. Mom, what are you doing? Catherine screams. The trucker honks at me again as he veers into another lane and passes us. I see him shaking his head. Finally, I see an exit ahead. I take it at the last second, jerking my wheel to the right without signaling. It's only when I'm certain no one has followed us that I pull into a gas station and cut the engine. Whew. Silence drops down on us heavily. I lean back in my seat and exhale. I reach to massage the area between my right shoulder where the seatbelt strap bit into my skin, wincing. It's hard to think clearly. My entire being is focused on getting Catherine to safety, but I have no idea what safety looks like when James seems to know so much more than he should. Why are you talking about that guy in the restaurant? She asks. How do you know him? I open my mouth, preparing to deflect her questions like always, but the lies refuse to form on my lips. Uh-oh, y'all, it's about time. I slump down lower in my seat, feeling completely defeated. Nearly a quarter century of running, 3 different names, 12 jobs, 9 apartments. I can't hide the truth from her any longer. That man is your father. Oh! My words are spoken softly, but they land like an anvil between us. Catherine gasps and turns her face away like she can't bear to look at me. Even now, with tension and lies and distrust choking our relationship, I still know my daughter better than I've ever known any other living soul. I know her quick mind is working. She will also recognize that the tattoo imprinted on James' skin came from prison because she has watched crime shows with me and has seen felons with similar cruel markings. Catherine must also have sensed the menace radiating from James. I brace myself for her questions. Instead, she gives me an answer. He didn't contact me. She shakes her head slightly to emphasize her words, still avoiding my eyes. I think I may have contacted him, though. I am both desperate and terrified to know more. Me too, child. How? Through Facebook. I was looking for past employees of Pizza Piazza, and he listed it as a prior workplace. I squeezed my eyes shut briefly. If Catherine knows about Pizza Piazza, she must be dangerously close to learning the truth about my past. I started to spiral, then yanked my mind back into the present moment. Catherine is vulnerable out here in the open. Nothing else matters but keeping her hidden from James. I asked 2 final questions. Does he know your real name? Catherine nods and my stomach free falls. I press on. Does he know where you live or work? She peers up at the ceiling of the Bonneville like she's thinking hard. No, he probably saw my Facebook profile too, but all it shows is my name and that picture you took of me standing in front of the ocean. I keep all my other personal information hidden so only friends can see it. I made Catherine promise to do that when she turned 18 and opened social media accounts against my wishes. Does he know about me? Catherine whispers. No, I say instantly, angry with myself for not having thought to reassure her sooner. He never knew I was pregnant. No one did. I see her absorb this information. Then she turns her face away again. I drop my forehead onto the steering wheel. I allot myself 60 seconds to work the problem. We can't go back to our apartment since James can easily find the address given that he knows Catherine's real name. Our savings will buy us some time at a hotel, but what will happen when it runs out or when James finds us again? Mom, what are you doing? I lift my head and reach over to squeeze her hand. My heart breaks when she jerks her arm away before I can touch her. Right now, I'm going to get some gas. We have to keep moving. Where are we going? We need a safe place to stay tonight. That man, James, is going to try to find us, and we can't let him. I jump out of the Bonneville and fill the tank to the brim. I'll drive another couple of hours and we can rest at a chain hotel tonight. It's not a great plan, but it's the best one I can come up with right now. When I climb back in behind the wheel, though, Catherine surprises me. She says, I know where we can hide. That's the end of chapter 32. Oh my goodness. Woo! Let me exhale and breathe. It appeared as if they kind of like got away from James, but they better not put their guard down because that man is smart. And we figured it out. Ruth did set the fire to save her. And she kind of is telling her some truth, but there's more. So Ruth, you ain't getting off easy, honey. We gonna have to see if all of it come out. So I'm gonna have to see y'all in chapter 33. Bye.